Let's break down this really beautiful Monday, why I believe this happened, and also my dumbass trade that I got out of that I would have smacked for 2R. But I'm a pussy and I pulled out of it. So let's get into it and annotate what I did wrong with pulling out of that trade and why I should have just set it and forget it. But what you have a lot of times, so Mondays statistically are the smallest range days. So some people sit them out. Sometimes you see a lot of consolidation or that opposing wick on the weekly candle is formed. So there's people just fade a Monday, but a lot of times, backtest this, trust, study, bro. You can see a Friday C2 reversal will allow for Monday to just open and continue from that range. Because you got to think price is fractal. And when you have something as high as time frame as a daily candle, putting in this nice C2 closure SMT with a PSP, this previous asset that was trading lowest in the range, i.e. this one that took out this range low while these other two didn't, put in the bullish PSP to give us form of strength switching and is now able to just open up and rip NQ smallest in range. So it has this large 10 a.m. candle that you'll see on this one day that's just really getting caught up in. So strength switch to then come back into all-time highs here. Really nice price action. ES was a middle child per usual. So that's what, from my point of technical analysis, led me to believe that Monday could be a nice day, and it didn't turn out to be that way. So when you open up the chart, this sometimes makes my brain hurt with all this shit that I have on the chart, but it is what it is. There's a lot of annotation, especially the more divergence you see. Let's pull this back a little bit. So we can tell just by the charts what we have here. So this is SMT, SMT, SMT. So you have the two stage that put in that Friday reversal a little later in the day. Well, not later per se, but the SIST happened at 1400, so you can mark that out. Also, if you trade fair value gaps, there's a tiny little fair value gap that this SMT had an SMT fill into. So multiple confluences that are adding up to allow you to believe that 6 a.m. manipulation after should just expand into previous week high. And hell, if it really has the juice, all-time highs, which it does. Didn't really believe. I didn't doubt it. I ain't gonna doubt YM, but shit, I didn't really expect it. So beautiful Monday. So we had the SMT intraday after this two-stage, boom, boom, two-stage here, and you can just see this is what I was talking about, that 10 a.m. candle on Friday. Think of it as the fucking white wall in fucking Game of Thrones. Like, you're just looking at that massive bitch, and it's got to get over it. And it's not even cysteine. This asset on this 10 a.m. candle, well, this candle right here, has cysteine over at 2. I mean, brother, look at this shit. You got so much. So it's just going to lag. It's just, you don't have to take my word for it. Just study it. You'll see it. But now this was the previous lag and has turned leading. SysD, mark out the fair value gaps. We're getting displacement from this level with the fair value gaps, S&T into gap. And then you just trust the lower time frames. If you get entry signatures, 1 hour SysD, 8 a.m. manipulation, and then the driver at 9 just pumped it. No really continuation signatures offered. It just fucking opened and expanded. But yeah, so you have ES being the middle child. You get into the hourly candle. You can just see it. I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I mean, fuck. I mean, maybe the fact that I gotta trade at like 4:30 in the morning, I'm a bit dumb, and not mentally all there, being I'm on Hawaii time. But I mean, this is just, hindsight is fucking brutal. This was just so picture perfect. I mean, just fuck it. Open up this small opposing run at 9 a.m. and just long into these draws, and you'll smack shit. Look at this, just beautiful consolidation. The candle has to do something. The candle has to do something. There's not gonna be a candle this fucking big. Where's my points thing? Oh, I don't have it. Like this, we're gonna have a 131 point candle. Like you see how small, even before the manipulation, we have like an 87 point run. So this manipulation with the C2 closure, and you trade fractal model, and then the 4 hour aligns, everything aligns, the daily time frame, man, fuck it. Just open and fucking let it rip at 9 a.m. And you can see from the signatures of this, like this is almost putting in LR. Like this is just like kind of opening and expanding. And you could be like, well, why isn't this just the stronger asset? Like, don't get so caught up in the 1 hour time frame. From the higher time frame bias with the strength switch that was offered. Like, this is just not mechanically, it just looks like shit, honestly. Like, this daily candle didn't do fucking nothing. This just looks like shit. This is super clean. accumulation, manipulation, distribution, AMD model. PO3 is a little bit different, but AMD model. Same as here, kind of goes up, has a SMT, and it's just so close to that SMT break level. I don't know why this bitch leaning a little bit. And this, just these swings, it has these stacked swings it's so close to. This can be an easy run. And that's why I took ES, and then I got pussyfoot and got up out of it. But we'll get into the 5 minute here. So let's open this bad boy up so we can see this better. So this was the asset to trade, so this is one I'll focus on in depth. But you have the SMT. I mean, this is so clean. Just accumulation, manipulation. You have the 5 minute SysD here. Price immediately V-shaped recovery off of this manipulation level, so you can now validate this SMT with the SysD, the immediate reaction. You don't want to see like price do some shit like this after a SysD. There's a lot of times if it SysDs kind of just chops, it's probably a fake SMT, and it'll come back down and then put in the true reversal. You want to see this V-shaped recovery out of a manipulation, and that's exactly what you get. And yeah, you could drop down to the 1 minute time frame. I focus on 5 and 3 as of now. I don't feel comfortable in the 1 minutes. But with this, I mean, you almost want to. I mean, hindsight's 2020. I mean, it looks so clean now, but what's to say this shit just didn't? Price does whatever it wants, but I mean, hell, you can let 930 just rip and just close, put your low here, and just let it just take off. Some people, what we get into right here that I have on my chart is if manipulation. Where'd you go? So it's a series of if-then statements. If you've watched some of my past videos, which, I mean, I get 0 viewers, so nobody has. But I'm doing it for the love of the game, brother. I don't give a fuck. If manipulation is a series, all mostly priced is if-then statements. So if manipulation prior to the driver, then the driver can open up and expand in the direction if the DOL is available. Draw on liquidity. If your relevant level, relevant level is open, then fucking send it. I mean, if it's not like, 8R, like don't get, like have a draw in proximity, yeah? Sometimes you can smack some 7R, 8R trades. Not me personally, but fuck, I've seen it. I see it. But yeah, so if the manipulation is put in prior to the driver, then you can see the driver just open up and expand away and offer really no continuations, especially when the higher time frame bias was so aligned. This is videos that have been put up by GXT and Garrett. He has some videos on the if-then statements. You've seen them thrown around. I think MMXM originally kind of put those out of like, if this happens, then. If this doesn't happen, then expect this. It's all price is a series of if-then statements. If you have like a kind of data science-y brain or have coded before, it kind of makes sense if you click it that way. Just a series of if-thens. If, just have it written out on your draw. Garrett has a nice video on a bunch of the if-then statements, but this is the first continuation offer. It's a bit deep in the range. This is where discretionary price action comes into play, where you can't really code the way we trade. I don't want to say we are Legion, but the way that I trade or we trade, because there's a bit of discretion, even though they would have worked out in your favor here. It's just, you're just kind of catching a fallen knife potentially, and we've already extended past previous week high. This is the first continuation offered if you trade the 5 minute. Let's go to the ES here. This is what I was seeing. So did I copy it over? So I was trading obviously micros because I'm not putting on full contracts, but this is the entry I took. There's an SMT at 935 here with ES taking immediate reaction. It's still kind of chopping up, but there's still SMT break levels that were open that you saw that was annotated on my full contracts. So SysD, you can place a limit right here on the SysD. They kind of squeeze some more RR, and you got a nice little 2R trade out of here. So it was a mechanical entry. I just felt like I was chasing. So I literally entered here, or I entered on the retest here, and then this pulled down and I pulled out. I pulled out like five and some change minutes after. I just pulled out for like plus $6, so it doesn't even matter. So I should have just went BE. I should have just went BE once all-time highs were taken here. This is what you would do, like when this asset, because you're expecting if price is going to reverse, it's going to reverse off this relevant level on the other asset as it is coming towards its draw, because that's the true draw on liquidity, or at least for this market, and expands past all-time highs here. So you can just go break even, and that was at what time? Right here. So I mean, damn, you're going to break even pretty much, and you'd be straight and covered, and it would eventually, it would eventually got in. But like I said, pussyfooted out, exited it, and so I should just let my limit take me out. Hey, once you make that decision, brother, stick with it. So very clean expansion, alpha 0930 here. And yeah, I should have just maybe taken this, continue it. Well, that's what I did take. But maybe I should have taken this. It's like I just went over. I did take it. Fuck, I should have stuck with my trade. Is what it is. You have it. That's why I made this YouTube video, to just have to articulate my mistakes that I make in the market. It's one thing to journal. I journal regardless. But for me to come on the mic and to just say it into the ether, even though I get no viewers, but they have to be accountable to something. It is a YouTube with no viewership, but maybe one day it is. I don't care. I'm doing it for the love of the game. But this is the times you just have to be like honest and have to speak through it. Why did I enter this trade? Okay, I found once I do those videos on me talking through the trades, I was able to kind of stick it in my brain. It sticked a little sticked a little bit better rather than, just like typing blah blah blah, I entered because this da 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 da, and you just kind of journal it away in Notion, and you just kind of forget, and you don't pick up on those habits that maybe you don't even know are habits. So for me, having to actually like talk it out, re-annotate it on the chart, and explain to someone, y'all, even though there is no y'all, this is why I did it, or this is why I pulled out, and I'm a pussy because of this. It just helps it drill it into my head a little bit better. So that's the whole reason of this channel, and just being able to maybe one day look back on this and be like, damn, I really couldn't trade worth of shit. And now I'm profitable. So yeah, cool. Yeah, that's the trade I took. My dumb entry. Silver, the metal. I gotta study this shit, bro, because this shit's nice. This shit just ripped on this open here. 2200 candle on silver, 2-stage, really clean. But it was also clean this morning too. Manipulation out of 6 a.m., 10 a.m. continuation, even though it closed at a reversal. You gotta study this shit. This has been offered. Some shit that I saw Garrett posting about. You can see a lot of times with these New York PM reversals, it's been allowing silver and all them. You can look back. I think there's a couple examples. See, boom, here, price opens up. Is there another example? Again here, well, boom, 1800, 22 continuation. Super clean out of gold and silver here, where we have New York PM session putting in a C2 reversal, and then allowing for 1822 to just continue higher. That's been offered like 2 days in a row here. So pretty clean right here, and then a little bit later in this day, and then obviously in this day. So, and then just the New York session. Well, even though there's not like an 0930, that's not liquidity entering silver and gold, but 9 was clean here. I think it was like 8, super clean on the price action. So I need to watch these more. I don't really touch this shit. I'm just trying to master indices currently. But pretty clean. Nice little retracement offered. You could hop in here, get some 2R out of this, but super clean. Nice. That's my recap. Kind of a market recap of the day. Me being a dumbass and exiting a trade that would have been 2R. So yeah, peace.